Hello dear students, today we have moved in a new lecture and in this lecture we will cover some new questions with new concepts and new ideas. Hello, hi everyone, my name is Eras and how are you? I hope you are very good, you are enjoying your day, you are so many happiest moments are coming in your life. So let's get started with the questions. I have already solved you so many different questions in the previous classes, and not only the questions, but I have also covered some topic in detailed explanation. Now it's time to solve the very short answer type questions. Concept clear? Obviously, yes. Now the questions here arises is that the questions here arises is that question number 9. Do you want to know what is the question? The question is that what name is given to those organisms? Option A में question number A, which can make their own food. Actually, the questions is asking that there is some organism, all right, then organisms should must consume nutritions or must take foods, yes or no? Obviously yes. So what he wants to say, I just wants to say you that if organisms are taking food by themselves but not taking the help of another organism and not using another organism, and this organism is not dependent over another organisms because they can make their own food, then this type of the organisms are called as the autotrophs. This is the correct answers. Okay, autotrophs. I hope you have learned, because I have already told you what is autotrophs, yes or no? Those organisms which can prepare their own food, then this type of the organisms are called as the autotrophs. Concept clear? Obviously, yes. Someone may thinking that, sir, can I wants to write autotrophic nutrition? No, you cannot say autotrophic nutrition. Why? Do you want to know? This is because the question is asking only just simple languages answer. That is what I just want to say. Those organisms who prepare their own food, so autotrophs. Actually, autotrophic nutrition, one who that take nutrition through autotrophic nutrition, then they are called autotrophs. All right, all clear. So that's why we have told you. I have written that the answer is the autotrophs. Concept clear? Obviously, yes. Okay then. Now let us talk about the next one. Next one is that which depend on other organisms for food. But what he wants to tell the name of that organism which depends over another organism. That means they cannot make their own food by themselves. Then this is called as the heterotrophic nutrition, because I have already taught you, I have given the concept of heterotrophic nutrition. What is heterotrophic nutrition? I'm revising you. I repeat, what is heterotrophic nutrition? The correct answer is that those organisms which cannot make their own food, then this type of the organisms are called as the heterotrophic nutrition. All right, but the heterotrophic nutrition organisms are called heterotrophs. So that's why the correct answer is the heterotrophs. All right. So this questions is completed. Now next one, what do you wants? What are you thinking about the next one? The next one, if you want, you can write it. Okay. I am side of this screen. If you want, you can write it. Okay. All right. Next one is that rhizobium bacteria and leguminous plant help each other in survival. What is this relationship known as? Do you have any idea? I have given the concept of symbiotic plants. I have taught you what is symbiotic plants. Yes or no? Obviously, yes. In symbiotic plants, what is happening? Actually, the happening and the main thing is that there is two different organisms. You can say that. All right, and both of them are helping each other. And if any two of the organisms are going to help each other in order to get food or any for anything, isn't matter, then this is the symbiosis relationship. Obviously yes. So what's happening here? Actually, rhizobium bacteria is present in at the or inside the root nodules of leguminous plants for survival. Then both are helping each other, yes or no? Both are helping each other, because rhizomium bacteria take nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert it into nitrogen compounds, which is helpful for these plants, leguminous plants. All right, all clear? So that's why this relationship is called symbiotic relationship, because I have already told you what is symbiotic plants. If you don't have any idea about these symbiotic plants, then you should first watch that lecture, that what is symbiotic plants. But I am also explained here what is symbiotic plants. Anyhow, this question is completed. Now next one. The next one is that what name is given to the relationship between an alga and fungus in lichens? Here is the cases of lichens. The lichens is an example of symbiotic plants. That means, mm, close your eyes and you will just simply check out the correct answer, that is the symbiotic relationship, because the examples of symbiotic plant is the lichens, and lichens there is the two different species. So the first one is the alga and the second one is the fungus. Alga, that is the algae, okay, and the fungus, which is the part of the lichens, which is an examples of symbiotic plants. So that's why the correct answer is the symbiotic relationships. Who is doing symbiotic relationship? This alga and fungus, which is the part of lichens. All right, all clear. Now, next questions. This question is completed. Do you have any idea, any problems related to these particular questions? If you have any queries related to these questions, then you can message me, you can text me, you can write in your chat section. All right. The questions here arises is that where does the same synthesis of food in a plant usually take place? I have told you that plants are making food by a process called photosynthesis, but the synthesis of food where is happening? That means building of food, that means making of food, that means storing of food. Yes or no? So where is this whole things are happening inside the leaves. Boys, I have told you now about this leaves, because the synthesis of foods will takes place in leaves. This is the most important questions, and objective questions can be asked from these particular questions, and not only objective questions for your school examination or for your coaching institute examination, but these objective questions can be asked from came in for various several competitive examinations. So we should must keep these points in our mind. All right. Next questions, that is the why are the leaves of the plants are green? All right. I have told you, I have given the concept of chlorophyll. What I have told you. You have already asked me questions in the classes. You sir, why the leaves of the color, why the leaves of color is green? And I have told you, because the leaves of color is green due to the presence of chlorophyll. Obviously, yes. Chlorophyll is present inside the leaves, so that's why the color of the leaves is green, or leaves are green. All right, all right. I have written here the leaves of plants are green due to the presence of chlorophyll. All right, all right. I hope you have learned this all the questions that I have solved here. Are you feeling some disparent? I mean to say that you are not enjoying this class. I hope you have learned all these things what I have told you. Okay, if you want, you can write it. I hope you have write it. Okay, now we can move to the next questions. Yes or no? Obviously, yes, because we want to solve some more questions related to these particular chapters. Okay, now what about the next one? The next one, question number 14. And that what is the questions? Name the green pigment present in the leaves of plants. What is that green pigment? The answer is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. The question is completed. I have told you why the leaves of the color is green, because they have green pigment. And what is that green pigment? That is the chlorophyll. So that's why the correct answer is the chlorophyll, because the question is asking, okay, name that pigment. The chlorophyll is the correct answer. Obviously, yes or no? Say yes, yes, yes. Obviously, yes. Okay. Now let us talk about the next question. The question number 15. The question is that name three plant nutrients commonly present in fertilizer and manures. Do you have any ideas about the nutrients which is contained by the manures as well as the fertilizers? I have told you NPK, where N just stands for nitrogen, P means phosphorus, and K means potassium. So both have NPK. Manures as well as fertilizers have NPK. That means nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. All right, all clear? Obviously, yes. Say yes. Yes. Okay. If you want, you can write it first. Then we will move to this particular questions. Okay. Then let us talk about these questions. Okay. The question number 16. A question is this question is completed. Do you have any doubts? No. Obviously, no. Question number 16. Name bacteria which convert nitrogen gas of air into nitrogen. Do you have into nitrogen compounds? Do you have any ideas about this bacteria? But I have told you what I have given the concept of leguminous crops, and in the leguminous crops they have roots nodules, and in the root nodules there is presence of rhizomia bacteria, and the main features or the main characteristics or the main role of the rhizomia bacteria at this stage of the leguminous crop is that they take nitrogen from the atmosphere or from the surrounding and convert this nitrogen into nitrogen compound. So that's why there is no need of nitrogenous fertilizer. So who can do this? Rhizomia bacteria can do this. They convert nitrogen gas into nitrogen compounds. Concept clear? Say yes. Obviously yes. Okay, then we can move to the next one. Question number 17. Question is saying that okay, what type of plants have rhizomia bacteria in their root nodules? What type of plants? The question is that, sir, you are saying that rhizomia bacteria is present in the root nodules, but any type of the crops or any type of the plants have rhizomia bacteria? Obviously not. Then which type of the crops? There is some special crops, that is the leguminous crops such as peas, gram, etc. All right. So correct answer is that leguminous crops, because leguminous crops, the root nodules of this particular leguminous crops contain rhizomia bacteria. And the question is asking that can name that plant which have rhizomia plants, sorry, rhizomia bacteria in their root nodules. Root nodules. Then which type of the plants, my boy? So leguminous plants. All clear? All clear. So in this way, question number 17 is completed. Now next questions, question number 18. And we want to know what is the questions is asking that. The question asking that can name one autotrophic plant and one heterotrophic plant. All clear? So name two leguminous. Okay, okay. Question number I have read you as the question number 19. Okay, anyways. Question number 18. Name any two leguminous plants. I have told you the concepts of, I have given the concepts of leguminous crops, that is the what is leguminous crops, and I have shared in the form of written format as a notes that the some more and the different examples of this particular leguminous class, leguminous crops. So there is the correct answer is that peas as well as pulses. Pulses you can write gram in place of pulses. That means chana. Chana also contain root nodules, and root nodules contain leguminous bacteria. All right, all clear. But the question is asking that give examples of leguminous crops. Okay, so this is the correct answer. All right, all right. Next questions, question number 18 is completed. Do you have any queries, any doubts related to these particular questions? Say no. Obviously no. Question number 19. Name one autotrophic plant and one heterotrophic plants. Do you have any idea? Autotrophic plants, that is the green plants, maybe wheat, paddy, etc. And heterotrophic plants, do you have any ideas? That is the yeast. Yeast means fungus, etc. etc. And wheat crop. Alright, if you want, you can write it. This is the correct answer. Examples, only examples is asking. I have given the concepts of what is autotrophic plant and what is heterotrophic plant. And I have also told you some different examples of this particular autotrophic plant and heterotrophic plants. If you turn your notes one by one, then you will easily find these answers. All right. I hope if you want to, you can write it. If you want or not, but you should must write this because I have written this only for you. All right. All right. Now it's time to move on to next questions. All right. All clear. Okay, then question number 20. Question number 20. The question number 20 asking that can name parasitic plant with yellow cylinder and tubular stem. I have given the concept of cascata. Cascata in Cascata is called Amarvel in Hindi. Or so cascata is appears just like this, and cascata is an example of parasitic plant. All right, and cascata is appearing in yellow cylinder and tubular stem. So that's why cascata is the correct answer. All clear? All clear. Question number 21. The question number 21 is asking that can name a plant which has both autotrophic as well as heterotropic mode of nutrition. What's happening? Heterotropic modes of nutrition. I have given these concepts. I have told you what I have told you. Do you have any idea? I have given the concepts of. I have. If you turns your notes, then you will easily find these answers. I have given the knowledge about a topic that is the insectivorous plants. I have told you what is insectivorous plants. Obviously, yes. So examples of insectivorous plants, can you say peach plant? So peach plant is the best example because peach plants are taking nutrition from by using mm, or insects because its peach plants can eat insect easily and take as in the form of nutrition. But this doesn't mean that peach plants doesn't do photosynthesis. But peach plants can also do photosynthesis because they have leaves. Obviously, yes. So the correct answer is that peach plants. Why? Because peach plants can do photosynthesis. That means autotropics nutrition can do it and heterotrophs because they are taking insects. So peach plants are autotrophic as well as partial heterotrophs. I have written in the notes. If you want, you can turn your notes to find the answers. All right, all clear. If you want, then first of all you can mention, you can write it because I'm side of your screen. Okay. Now, the question number 20 and the question number 21 is completed. Now, next question, question number 22. Alright, name one plant in which photosynthesis occurs in plant part other than leaves. Name the plant part. The question is asking that actually, and the basically the fact is that one boy may ask questions from me, sir, you have told me different examples of the autotrophic nutrition and you are saying that photosynthesis will take place in order to prepare their food by the plants. All right, but do you have any knowledge, do you have any ideas that plants cannot do photosynthesis in the leaves but they can do photosynthesis by other parts, not only by leaves? Yes, we have examples. Do you want to know? You have seen anywhere cactus. Cactus, basically cactus are grown in the desert areas, obviously, yes. So cactus is the best examples. And the not only questions asking that, tell the examples of those plants which do the photosynthesis, not using leaves, not using leaves. So the examples is that cactus. And now the second part of this particular question is that can you tell me the answers or the part of this particular plant, that is the cactus, which can do photosynthesis? So a stem and the branches of the cactus. I have written here. Cactus is a plant in which photosynthesis occurs in plant parts other than leaves. Other than leaves. That means this doesn't mean that leaves cannot do photosynthesis, but leaves can do. But not only leaves, but other parts of the leaves also can do photosynthesis. or other parts of the plant. That is the stem and the branches can also do photosynthesis in which plant? So that is the cactus plants. All right, all. So in this way we have learned question number 22. All clear? All clear. Now your next question arises is that question number 23. The question is that can name four foods made by plants which are important part of our diet, of our diet. Four food made by the plants. Actually, you have learned and the basically that the plants are doing photosynthesis. Why? Because they need food, and which food is prepared by the plants? That is the say obviously glucose, which is a simple carbohydrate or a food. But by using this glucose, plants are after they can convert this one to particular some nutrients or some just like which is also required by our bodies. There is the fats, maybe another one that is the minerals, vitamins, proteins, etc. etc. Let's see what I have written. A starch, fats, proteins, and vitamins. So this is the correct answer. All right, and a starch is also also needed by us, fats also we need, proteins also need, vitamins also need. Okay, a starch is present in a bread piece, or you can say the chapati, or you can say that a roti. All right, fats is also present in a rice, proteins is present in the pulses, vitamins present in the fruits and maybe vegetables also. Alright, I hope you have learned question number 23. So in this way we have learned question number 23. Now we have completed question number 23. Next question, that is the question number 24. Actually the question number 24 is asking that the heterotrophic plants can be divided into two groups on the basis of their mode of nutrition. So name these two groups. I have told you about heterotrophic nutrition, but heterotrophic, what is heterotrophic nutrition? Actually, the plants or those organisms which cannot prepare their own food. That means they are dependent over another organisms. Obviously, yes. So these plants are called heterotrophic mode of nutrition. But some students may be asked questions that, sir, can you tell me there may be category of heterotrophic nutrition because different organisms wants to eat different types varieties of the foods. Obviously, yes. That means one may taking the food from the dead and decaying matter, and one may taking the food or nutritions in another ways. So what is the name of that base? That is the I have written here parasitic and saprophytes. I have told you what is parasitic mode of nutrition, and I have told you what is saprophytes. All right, all clear. So these are the two different categories of heterotrophic plants. All right. All. If you want, you can write it. I am clearing these boards. All right. All right. Now, next questions, question number 25. In this way, we have completed question number 24. Next question is based upon fill in the blanks with suitable words. Actually, the very short answer question is running here, but the question is something different. That is, the question is based on fill in the blanks. So, very interesting questions. So, let's get started with this fill in the blanks. All right. The question number A. The question number A is saying that fungi like mushrooms and yeast are useful. I have told you fungi I have taught you a topic that fungi can be useful as well as harmful. I have told you how fungi can be useful, how fungi can be harmful. So here the question is asking that fungi like this and this are useful. That means in another language of these questions is asking that give examples of two useful fungi. Obviously, yes. So I have told you, I have given the examples of this, that is the mushrooms and yeast. All right, all clear. Question number B. In this way, we have completed question number A. Next one, Saprotrophs secrete digestive juices on dead and decaying matter and convert it into a solution. So that's why saprotrophs are able to take easily to that particular food's material. Solution just like a liquid because they secrete digestive juices or etc over that particular foods in order to convert into a solution. So that's why they can take that particular food in easy way and it is easy to engulf liquid. Obviously, yes. All right. In this way, question number B is completed. Next question number C. The tiny spores of fungus plants are always present in air. All right. I have told you, I have taught you one activity. Boys, remember it. Don't try to forget it. I have told you the concept of activity that how fungus can be grown over a bread piece or over a slice of bread piece. I have told you कि we should take a bread piece and moisture that bread piece and then we left to 2 to 3 days and after that we observed that a green coating of maybe is covering on the surface of that slice piece and what is that coating, actually that is the fungus which we have grown over a slice of bread piece. So so why growing on that particular blood piece, because a spores of fungus are already present in our environment, so that's why that fungus are coming over that particular bread and under the favorable environment that fungus can be grown over that bread. All right. All right, so this is here is the correct answers. Question number C is completed. Next question D, if you want you can write it, you can write it. Question number D. In lichens, the chlorophyll containing partner is an alga. All right. In lichens, in lichens, in lichens, we have learned lichens is an example of symbiotic plants. But lichens have the two different species of plants, which is the part of the same plant that is the lichens. And the first one is the alga, and the second one is the fungus. Fungus is non-green plants, and algae is green plants. That means algae contain chlorophyll, so that's why algae is green, and fungus doesn't contain chlorophyll, so that's why fungus are non-green plants. So here the question is asking that in lichens which species of plant contain chlorophyll. So the correct answer is the alga. All right, all clear. Question number E. The question is that the leader object. I hope here is THAT that are left in hot and humid weather for a long time are spoiled due to growth of leather objects. That means just like a bread piece or the objects that may be become or spoiled over a period of time. So in this way we have also learned this particular point by doing or performing a activity. Do you have knowledge about that activities? So why? Because fungus is the main reason. Fungus is grown over this particular condition. That is the conditions of to grow is that the environment is giving hot and humid weather for a long time. So hot and humid weather, there is the more chances of growing fungus. And another case is given that it is the leader of it. That means just like a bread piece. All right, all clear. Question number 8. In this way, question number E is completed. And question number E, the food synthesized by plants is stored as stars. Because I have told you, the foods actually the product of photosynthesis is the glucose, but glucose is not stored in the leaves as a food. But some glucose is maybe absorbed by the plants in order to get energy. But then the glucose is finally converted into a starch in order to store it as food in the leaves. All right. So here a starch is the correct answer. So you should must write this one in your copy. Question number G, and the question is asking that in photosynthesis, solar energy is captured by the plants called chlorophyll. I have told you how chlorophyll is captured by the plants. So by using chlorophyll, and this is the role of chlorophyll in the plants. All right, all clear. Question number G is completed. Next question is that during photosynthesis, plants take carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Because I have told you conditions necessary for photosynthesis. So there is need of sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, and chlorophyll. So during photosynthesis, plants take carbon dioxide in order to prepare their own food. And as the best material or best product of photosynthesis, oxygen is released. All clear? All clear. Question number G is completed. Do you have any queries? No? Obviously no. Question number I. Question is asking that the gas produced during photosynthesis, which is essential for survival of organism is. The question is that you have knowledge about the photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, oxygen is taken by the sorry, carbon dioxide is going to be taken by the plants. But as a product of this photosynthesis, oxygen is going to be released, and this oxygen is useful for us. I have taught you importance of photosynthesis. So, do you have ideas? What is the importance of photosynthesis? Why you are looking at me? I'm asking you a questions. Obviously yes, so tell me the answers. Okay, all right, you have knowledge, very good. Food and oxygen. So first of all, you are have knowledge about the food only, because you are eating foods daily as a routines, so that's why you are saying food. Okay, brave boy. So that's why you are getting brave. Okay, then next one. Next questions. This is the correct answer. That is the oxygen. So in this way, question number I is completed. If you want, you can write it. Obviously, yes, you should must write this particular notes on your fair copy, so that if you are not watching this lecture, then you can easily revise this lecture by reading your notes. All clear? Okay, then next one. Next one. Question number J is that the simplest carbohydrate made as food by photosynthesis is glucose. Because I have told you what is the when photosynthesis is completed, then which type of the food is made by the plants? Then simple carbohydrate. That is the glucose. Glucose is prepared. So this is the most important questions for several competitive examination and for your school examination. Okay, kids. Next one, this question J is completed. Question number K. Crop plants require a lot of nitrogen to make protein. Obviously, yes. Actually, the fact is that why the plants need of nutrition, sorry, nitrogen. Though, so the only fact is that they need to build proteins, or they need proteins in order to growth. Why proteins needed by the plants? For growth. We also need proteins for growth, for our survival, for our muscle building, obviously yes. So that's why protein is required by the plants for growth. All right, but here is saying that why nitrogen is useful for the plants, or nitrogen is going to take by plants. So in order to make proteins. All right, all clear. So K is completed. L questions. The body's living organisms are made by tiny units called cell. This is the correct answer. My boy, I have told you now. What is cell? Actually, the fundamental unit of life is called cell. Or in biology, the simplest unit of life is called cell. So, what are you thinking about this question number L? Or what this question L? This is the very interesting and very easy questions. I hope you have learned all these questions in detail, that what I have told you and what I have explained. If you have any queries related to these particular questions, you can message to my Instagram maybe Facebook pages where you want, or maybe in your chat section, so that I can reply you better, so that you can learn in better ways. All right, all. So that you can get the best knowledge from this particular learning platform. All right, all right. So see you soon in the next class, and for that moment you should must bet and watch it. All right, all clear. So so I'm saying that, okay, then so what I just want to say you nothing at all. I have cleared all questions. So see you soon in the next class. So love you all. Take care.